Hi folks, I'm up here trying to get some testing done. I was hoping that the cold weather was going to stay with us and therefore keep the temperatures down on here and maybe help me out with the things that I've built and keeping stuff packed. But overnight it's gone from yesterday being at 0 up to somewhere around 3 degrees today, which has meant a bit of a nightmare because it's all the snow that was sat on here has thawed and it's basically been like pouring buckets of water over the thing. So testing's a bit tricky. I'm trying to do something with it now to try and help it out a bit and at least get a couple of shots at it, just because it's, you know, obviously the testing phase of things is so important to finding out if there's any changes need to be made, even subtle ones that can make all the difference. When I first got up here this morning, I just like was really disappointed, and so I've been over to get to the chopper and had a few blasts at that, and it's brilliant over there. There's exposed roots and it's like hero dirt, but just on here where I've been digging, not so much. So I'm going to do a bit of work on this now and see if I can get something out of it. Right, unfortunately there's not a lot I can do. I can stop it from being quite as waterlogged on the top where it's kind of all thawed, and I managed to pat it down a bit, but it's still a bit, it's just not as firm as you would like it to be. But like I said before, there's a lot of information can be gathered from even just a couple of tests. So I think it's time we give this sucker a good hit. Right, well that was interesting for the first time. Made a couple of schoolboy errors though. On the run in on in here, I don't know if you can see, but there's a couple of marks where I scrubbed off a bit of speed last minute. Never make last minute decisions on the way in. I thought, well, I don't want to overshoot, like don't want to overshoot by miles and miles, thinking that the lip was going to kick us right up and I'd be too far over. That wasn't the case. Got down over this stuff, which is all hasn't been messed about with, and is all still pretty hard. And then on the way into here, there's a little bit of hero dirt, which is great, perfect what you want just before you set. But obviously the wet weather hasn't helped us much with packing, and there's no way that this is packed in enough because this just chewed all my speed. It really, as I kind of compressed the bike down, you can see how far I dug in, and it really bit all my speed. So I shouldn't have knocked any off up there, shouldn't have had a cheeky grab of the brakes, because here's the interesting thing, this gives us a little bit of insight into the landing as well, because you can see on here that I started to put a wheel down at the very edge. The depth of it where I started to weight the wheel is down here, but I just made that over. I mean, just made it over and crashing in a huge pile at the bottom, two very different things. But first run in, don't knock any speed off. When it's middle of summer, or when this has all just been packed down and is rock hard, you might want to do that in that top corner, knock a shade off so that you don't end up flying right down. Or alternatively, I mean, we'll find out, I need to give it a go at full whack. It maybe really doesn't matter if you shoot all the way down there. But you know, lessons learned. What I can take away from that first try at not the correct speed is the start of the landing is far enough back to catch you if you get the speed wrong. So that's always a bit of a confidence builder, you know what I mean? And so next thing is maybe to rake this out so that I can have it as like a blank canvas again, and then I'll be able to hit it at some actual speed and see where to put back wheel down on that one. So I'm going to give that a shot. So attempt number 2, try and get a bit more speed this time. The difference being this time I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. You're currently attached to the top of the helmet, so let's see what this one does. Right, I'd say now's as good a time as any, Claudio style. Let's go. Getting a bit heavier into that, don't scrub the speed off. A little bit to the right that time. Poor steering in It's a bit soft in the landing, to be honest. Interesting though. You can see where the depth of it is. That's where I've put the weight back down again. How much of a mess did we make on the way in? Oh yeah, it's gone really deep again. Right. That's not good. I think what's going to have to happen with how deep this is, I mean, it's weird, you get like a weird boggy feeling as you come into it, and you don't get, when you're trying to compress the bike, you're just not getting any feedback, and that kind of sends you off on a weird tangent. Well, do you know what? We've done some testing, and I think we might have got what we need out of this. So, in conclusion, folks, there's bits of it I like, and it's a good laugh, and there's bits of it that I don't much care for. I need to sort out the run-in a little bit more, just to allow you to get those pedal strokes in, even on, you know, damp days. And I don't really much care for hitting stuff that hasn't been packed in properly. I've got to admit that. I think I just maybe was a bit eager to get this one tested, but hey, you know what? It's tested now. It'd be a lot nicer when you can get some push down and compression and get some feedback just before the lip, so that you can pop it and actually get a bit of a shape in the air. On that last one, dead sailed it, to be honest with you. Didn't get any shape at all, and ended up running out across the route, which is, you know, it's not what you want, but you know, strange conditions. Anyway, there is some work to be done. I did speak about just up here. I'll try and show that. Just up here in the entrance into it, I did speak about at one point thinking about putting a little bit of a launch and a takeoff into there. Still not sure about that. I mean, it might work. It might help you to get up in the air and compress down in this second bit, and so it's like one compression, get back up again, and then compress it down for the lip. That, hey, that might work. I'll have to think about that. But really, all in all, good day's testing. There's plenty to be gained from it. I just need to get this stuff dried up. It hasn't helped with all that snow thawing onto it. It was just like people pouring water onto it, but you know, we are where we are with it, and it's a good laugh. There's no denying that. It's always a good bit of crack doing a gap jump. I haven't done one of these for proper ages, so it's going to be dark soon, so we'll get packed up, make a few notes, and come back at it tomorrow with the shovels and the spades, and start to make some adjustments. Thanks very much for your time, folks. I'll see you soon.